Hello. Wherever you're joining me from, whatever country, culture, or circumstance, I want to say thank you for being here. Today's talk might be just one of the most important messages I believe women all over the world need to hear right now. And it's this: your worth was never meant to be earned. Let me say that again slowly because I want it to sink in. Your worth was never meant to be earned. You exist, therefore, you are worthy. I know for some of you, those words might feel impossible to believe, maybe even a little uncomfortable, because so many of us, for centuries, have been taught exactly the opposite. We've been taught we must hustle, sacrifice, give until we're empty, be good girls, be quiet, be accommodating, be strong but not too strong, soft but not too soft. All for one reason: so that we might finally be enough. But I'm here today to tell you, you already are. And if women all around the world could truly believe and live this truth, it would change not only our individual lives, it would transform our families, communities, economies, cultures, and the entire world. So settle in with me for a while. Let's talk about why this message matters so much, how we got here, and how we start reclaiming what was always ours. The lies we were taught. First, let's name what we've been up against. From the time we're girls, we're bombarded with messages that say your value is in how you look, your goodness is in how you serve others, your power is in how quietly you keep it, your worth is in what you produce. These messages come from every angle: family conditioning, cultural conditions, religious teachings, social media, advertising, politics, and patriarchal systems that benefit from our silence and our exhaustion. Women worldwide are conditioned to believe their value is transactional. Be pretty enough, you'll be loved. Be agreeable enough, you'll be safe. Work hard enough, you'll deserve respect. Be silent enough, you'll be allowed to stay. We're taught that love, safety, acceptance, and respect are things we have to earn. And if we fail to earn them, it's our fault. This lie is global. Whether you grew up in a small village or a major city, whether you're rich or poor, educated or not, this lie has touched your life. Let me share a few examples. In parts of India, girls grow up hearing that their family is burdened by the cost of their dowry. Many learn to see themselves as a debt, a financial liability, so they try to be perfect, obedient, hardworking, quiet, to be worthy of a good match. Their worth gets tied to marriage, purity, and family honor. But a woman's worth can't be measured in rupees or tied to a man's acceptance. In some places in the Middle East, honor culture dictates that a woman's worth is in her chastity and obedience. Step outside that mold and she's considered worthless, sometimes at risk of violence or even death. But a woman's worth is not her virginity or her compliance. In the United States, where there's more freedom on paper, the message still persists. Diet culture screams that smaller bodies are more worthy. Corporate culture rewards women who act like men but punishes them for being too aggressive. The pay gap says women's work is worth less. Different words, same lie. In parts of Africa, girls are pulled out of school because she's just going to marry anyway. Her potential is dismissed, her dreams sacrificed, her worth tied to what she can do for others rather than who she is. In Latin America, Marianismo, the cultural idea of the pure sacrificial woman, tells women they should endure suffering silently serve endlessly, and give themselves away for family and faith. But your worth was never tied to how much suffering you can endure. Wherever you live, these stories are connected. It's the same chain of belief. My value depends on someone else's approval. This lie has kept women small for centuries. So let's talk about the consequences, because these lies don't just float in the air, they shape real lives. Here's what happens when women believe they must earn their worth: burnout. You keep doing more, giving more, trying harder. Your health suffers, your spirit breaks. Silence. You bite your tongue to stay safe, accepted, or employed. Abuse. You tolerate harmful relationships because you believe you don't deserve better. Economic inequality. Women stay underpaid, undervalued, underpromoted. Loss of dreams. Women sacrifice ambitions, talents, and creative gifts because they think they're not worthy of pursuing them. Body shame. Women spend fortunes trying to fix themselves to meet impossible beauty standards. And generational trauma. We pass these beliefs to our daughters, continuing the cycle. This is not just a personal issue, it's a global issue. When half the population believes it must earn the right to exist fully, the entire world suffers. Now let me share the truth that I want every woman on earth to hear. You were born worthy. Your worth was never meant to be earned. Nothing you've done or failed to do can take away your worth. Your worth is not your weight, your skin color, your income, your relationship status, your sexual history, your productivity, your motherhood status, or your ability to keep everyone happy. Your worth is the simple fact that you exist. You're a miracle, a once-in-history expression of life itself. That makes you worthy, period. Even neuroscience agrees. Our brains are wired for connection, for love, for belonging. But when shame and unworthiness flood our system, our nervous system goes into survival mode. We either fight and get aggressive, flee, run away, freeze, shut down, or fawn, people please, to stay safe. If you've ever found yourself shrinking, silencing yourself, overgiving, or exhausting yourself to keep the peace, you're not crazy. Your brain is trying to protect you. But the more we remind ourselves, I don't have to earn my worth, the more we can calm our nervous systems and show up as our true selves. So let's get practical. How do we live this truth? Here are some ways to begin. Number 1, speak kindly to yourself. Start noticing your inner dialogue. When you hear, I'm not good enough, answer with, I am worthy because I exist. Number 2, set boundaries. Boundaries are not selfish, they're sacred. Practice saying no, thank you. That doesn't work for me, or I'm not available for that. Because boundaries protect your time, energy, and spirit. They're an act of self-respect. Number 3, rest without guilt. Rest is a human right, not a reward you earn for being productive enough. Repeat after me. I deserve rest because I exist. Number 4, stop apologizing for taking up space. Notice how often you say, I'm sorry, when you've done nothing wrong. Replace it with, thank you for your patience. I have a different opinion. I need a moment. Number 5, seek community. Find women who remind you of your worth. Whether online or in person, community heals. Join groups aligned with your values. Share your truth with safe people. Remember, you're not alone. Number 6, honor your body. Your body is not an object, it's your home. Instead of criticizing it, try gratitude. Thank you, feet, for carrying me. Thank you, arms, for hugging my loved ones. Thank you, belly, for holding my organs. Number 7, dare to dream again. If your dreams have been on hold because you felt unworthy, pick one small step toward them today. Write a page of your story. Take a class you've wanted. Plan your business ideas, or book that solo trip. And number 8, embrace your voice. Speak your truth even if it shakes. Every time you do, you help dismantle centuries of silence. Maybe you're listening and thinking, that sounds nice, but I'm too broken. I've made too many mistakes. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too damaged. I want you to hear me. There is no version of you that is unworthy of love, respect, and a full life. Your story might have chapters of pain, but it doesn't define your worth. Your worth was sealed the moment you took your first breath. Let's imagine something together. Imagine if little girls grew up knowing their value was unconditional. Teenagers stopped starving themselves to fit impossible beauty ideals. Women stopped apologizing for wanting leadership roles, creative dreams, or financial freedom. Mothers rested without guilt. Survivors of abuse knew they deserved safety and healing. Women spoke up, took up space, and demanded equality without fear. Can you picture the power of half the world standing in the unshakable truth of their worth? It would transform families, healthier relationships, less generational trauma. It would transform economies, more women creating businesses, innovations, and art. It would transform governments, policies that reflect justice, equity, and compassion. It would transform communities, safer spaces for all. And it would transform global peace, because when women rise, entire nations rise. So here's what I want you to remember as we close. Your worth was never meant to be earned. It simply is. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to shrink. You don't have to exhaust yourself for crumbs of love or acceptance. You don't have to silence your voice. You are worthy because you exist. And as women around the world start claiming that truth, we become unstoppable. We become a global sisterhood rising in power, wisdom, compassion, and joy. So today, I invite you. Speak one kind word to yourself. Set one small boundary. Rest without guilt. Share this message with a sister who needs it. Because when you remember your worth, you light the way for someone else. You were born worthy. You always will be. Thank you for sharing this sacred space with me today. I love you all. Let's keep rising together.